Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. We were not outdone by the circumstances. We did social distancing Santa, where we dropped off gifts on the porch instead of the chimney, which would be too intimate this year. And then we celebrated with a feast, a prime rib dinner with all the trimmings for our immediate family. Okay, it is Christmas Day, and I just want to let you know that she did it. She's blooming for Christmas. Narcissus for Christmas. You guys might think, oh, well, I should have more narcissus flowers, but the perfume from this flower is so strong. One is enough. And I found out this thing likes the light, the false light in the laundry room from the, I guess, the fluorescent bulbs. Who knew? Isn't she beautiful? If you're watching this video, you are a survivor. And I wish to say, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Yippee! We made it! God bless you all. These are in the garden and have been blooming for over a month and a half. You see, as the older blooms go, new blooms are coming, and there's seeds there. So people are like, oh, get rid of the seeds so you'll have more blooms. I never do that, and it has never stopped progress. So yeah, that one is the prettiest one I got. These are Home Depot bulbs, so cheapies. And this one has one narcissus left. And this one is, you know, she wrote the book and it's already been read, but it is Christmas Day and I wanted to share with you my Christmas flowers. Whatever they happen to be. This is, you know, Christmas happens on a certain day, but I'm very excited. And you guys, even these few little blooms that are left perfume the air. So while it doesn't take many, this will naturalize so my area get bigger and bigger. We got more flowers coming, so there'll be more. It's a nice, cute little corner. Still got zinnias. These are, I planted these in late summer, and these are the last Mohicans. All my other zinnias are gone, but these red ones, these are the ones from the Dollar Tree, you guys. These are those little cheapies you get from the Dollar Tree. The California ones. Yeah, yeah. And so it's December. And we keep on getting, like, it'll be 50 one day and then the next day it'll be 70. So this one's actually putting more petals on as time goes by. How about that? Okay, but looks like she's starting it. This might be her swan song. Or maybe not. We don't know. Sometimes when, oh my goodness. Okay, today it was 70, so she's like, oh, I can make it. We'll see. We'll see. If they make it through December, I don't know if January is going to be cold or not. It might be home run. I might have perennial zinnias. Who knew? And this little zinnia is hanging in there. Okay, but this must be the warmest corner because all my other zinnias have gone to zinnia heaven. And I've got my spring flowers coming up underneath. But hey, I'll take it. The cyclamen is blooming away. And let's see if she's got more. Yep, she's still going for it. 70 degrees in this little shady spot isn't bothering her a bit. Yeah, I love the leaves on this one. I went back to Home Depot to see if I can get another one. No, this is it. Everybody bought these as soon as they came. It's a funny flower. This is a tomato flower. Usually it has to be around 70 degrees to get tomatoes. And like I say, we've had a few days of 70. And this old tomato plant, it didn't die, it just hung out. And it's going for it. I'm like, okay, I hope. Oh, these are drooping a little. I wonder if it's getting too hot for them or if I need to water. I'm going to water, see what happens. But the flowers are drooping, but these are really pretty flowers. See what I mean? This cyclamen here, It's a dwarf cyclamen, and it seems to put more of its energy into flowering than the regular cyclamen do. They give me 1 or 2 flowers. This one gives me like 10, and just a few leaves. So yeah, really nice. Let me go water them now. If you were wondering, I gave this plant some water because I was wondering if it was drooping. It's still drooping a little, but it did perk up. So it did perk up, it did need water, but it decided I'm going to flower some more. And as you can see, there's a new flower coming. It is not thwarted by neglect or ignorance. It keeps it pushing. So highly recommend these bicolored dwarf cyclamen for your house plants, as long as you're willing to take care of them. I had to put mine outside because I wasn't taking good enough care of it. Outside, you know, if you're in a humid environment, inside, this would be a good one for you. Not really humid. I mean, I'm in California, so my outside air is not all that humid, but it has a temperature drop, and this plant loves it here. Even when I wasn't watering it enough, it was like, oh, okay, I think I'll just hang in there, and I'm sure I'll be able to survive it. I have to let you know that this little cyclamen, as a house plant, has been blooming for over a month. It's not a huge bloomer, but the red flowers are gorgeous, and you can see it is putting out a new bloom. If I put this in a bigger pot, this plant would get twice the size that it is. I bought it in this little, I think that's like a 4-inch pot, but if I put it in a 6-inch pot, the plant would get twice as large. I just haven't committed to doing that because it's beautiful, and it keeps about 2 flowers at all times. It's very reliable, and it was I think $3.33 plus tax at Home Depot. My Home Depot still has this one. It's a perfect Christmas gift, you know, and it dies back in the as soon as it gets hot, this plant dies back to its bulb, and it waits till next year, which for somebody like me who doesn't like to water house plants in the summer is wonderful, you know, because they need less water when it's cooler. In the summertime, you have to water all the time, and I lose plants that way. But this right here is, all these plants that are just wintertime plants are perfect for me. And look at the beautiful festive red flower. I mean, gorgeous. Got some marigolds still hanging on. Look at these. These are the edible marigolds. So these are the ones you can put in your salad. The ones in the ground kick the bucket, but in this pot, they seem to be able to take it a little bit cooler. So I'm very happy about that. Last but not least, my regular marigolds are still hanging in there, and I wouldn't have believed it, but they're still putting on marigolds in December. Normally they do die in November-ish. So I was expecting that, but not this year. And the tree trimmers came and they knocked them over, and instead of dying, they started leafing out at the bottom. I didn't even lose my sweet potatoes this year. So it's an unusual year, but the sweet potatoes aren't flowering. It's too cold for them. I forgot my roses. My rose plant only blooms once a year. Usually it's in November. And as you can see, all the other roses are dead. And I've got these few roses here that are hanging on. So that's good. You know, it's a cool season bloomer in my area. So yeah, I've got just a few roses. Let's see if we can get in here. That's a nice surprise. Looks like I'm gonna get a few extra too. We haven't gotten any rain, and I don't water over here in the wintertime. So they're just making it on, you know, this plant's been here for decades. It was here long before me. And here we are with the last Christmas flower. I saved my favorite for last. This is my lavender. Oh, she's so beautiful. Long story short, my gardener thought this was a hedge, and so they kept cutting off my bloom stalks so I didn't get very many. But the one bloom stalk that I got has 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 flowers so far, and it's going and it's making 6 flowers coming up so far. So I'm just enjoying it, and it smells so good. Yeah, that one stalk is coming from my plant. This is a Munstead. It only gets about, let me see if you can see how tall it gets. It only gets about maybe a foot tall, but then it puts out, only in California, it puts out 3-foot long spikes, and it blooms in multiples. It starts blooming on the end and it keeps blooming for the duration of the winter. And it looks like another bloom stalk has escaped, so I'll have 2 bloom stalks coming up soon. Ooh, maybe some of these other taller branches still manage to keep a bloom stalk on them, because I'm so excited. I mean, it's beautiful anyway with the white of it, and the leaves are highly fragrant too. But the leaves smell medicinal. If you ever smell a medicinal lavender, it's the leaves. But the flowers are this beautiful, clean, fresh, perfumey scent that I adore. That might not be all lavenders. They all smell different, but this Munstead is that